On February 14th, we received the new immigration plan levels for this year going to 2024, which is very encouraging. The number of immigrants, which include a variety of programs, economic category, family, refugees, and even some special programs, are all looking on the incline. So this is very positive news for our viewers and for people who have planned to make Canada their new home.
So, Mr. Alex, how do you think the viewers or subscribers who are outside of Canada, this immigration plan can help them?
Okay, well, obviously the government has kept the federal high-skilled program. It targets 55,900 new immigrants coming from that program. These are all positions of people who have a good education, good skills, good work experience, and have the ability to integrate into the Canadian economy. This is very welcoming news. The targets for 2023 increased from 55,900 to 75,000 and up to 111,000 in 2024. So this should be, obviously, this should be a positive for most skilled workers wishing to make Canada their home. I do encourage our viewers to contact us for further details on how they could sign up to become possibly the candidates for the upcoming years.
Okay, that's good. So my third question to Mr. Alex is that, like, what are the most important points in this immigration plan?
Well, the government has seemed to cover all its bases, okay? They really put a big emphasis on family reunification, meaning that a lot of new permanent residents who are unmarried, who have a tradition of sponsoring a spouse from overseas, would welcome this program because it's forecasting over 80,000 spousal partnership and children immigration pathways. So this would be very beneficial to individuals who are trying to create family reunification.
Okay. So family like unification means like the spousal sponsorship applications?
That's correct, yes. They could be, in addition to the spouses and children and partners, they've also increased the parents and grandparents sponsorship programs. Now, as you know, every year they come out with a launch of an expression of interest. This year we haven't seen it yet, but I do predict that it will be coming around very shortly. Once an expression of interest is submitted, by next November, there'll be a selection of parents and the actual applicants who can make a request to become permanent residents. There are conditions to this program, especially for the sponsor. And again, we do welcome our viewers to, if they wish to sponsor their parents, to give us a call and maybe we can guide them in the interim.
Okay, that's good. So now my question is related to Mr. Nabil Khan. As we discussed in last webinar related to the visitor visa application and like this one. So the persons who are applying for a visitor visa, so how this plan can benefits them?
You see, overall, this plan is very beneficial in the sense that when the numbers increase, the quota for all streams also increase. So for example, the quota for student permits has increased, the quota for work permits has increased, the quota for living caregiver has increased, the quota for federal skilled trades, as Alex has discussed, has increased. So I mean, so if you are applying for visitor visa, most, like it's a reality that most people apply for visitor visa thinking of coming and settling down here in Canada. It has to be a very well planned and strategically planned trip. I used to, as per my last discussion as well, visit visa has to be very, very well thought out, planned, and your application should be very well ready because of the of what the officer looks at in the visit visa. And remember one thing, as I told you last time as well, that whatever the history we include in the visitor visa also means that that history cannot be changed going forward.
Whatever.
So if you come to Canada saying that you were a general manager back home in your back home you were a general manager, and here you show that you are a welder after landing in Canada, that cannot happen.
Exactly.
So visit visa applications have to be strategically planned out. We have to convince the officer that you are going to go back to your country, home country, after your visit here. Okay, we know that very well, that you have plans to come and stay here, but again, this is where the visit visa application is very, very, very important to be very well planned out and executed. The officer must see, as per our regulations 179 B, that the applicant is willing to go back and is well settled in their home country. So see, the visit visa will help, is a pathway to many of the applicants to come here and who want to become students, workers, and go on to become a longer temporary residence. Visit visa is a temporary residence application, but they are the lengthier temporary residence applications like study permits or work permits are possible through a visit visa pathway. So this is very, very important that the visit visa is very well planned out and executed properly.
Okay, that's
and I think Mr. Alex will want to add something there. Yes.
Yes. Also, to add to Nabil's comments, we come across many situations where applicants have been rejected. The main reason is because they're using individuals who are not necessarily regulated and licensed in Canada. And these individuals are preparing applications by volume and don't pay close attention to the details of what an officer in Canada is looking for. We have that experience.
exactly.
And I'm not saying that all our applications are guaranteed to pass through immigration flawlessly. We do put a lot of special attention to these applications, especially temporary resident visas, because we know what the officer is looking for.
Exactly.
The main issue we see time and time again is one of the articles or regulations in IRPR, which is the Immigration Refugee Protection Regulations, is 179B, which basically does not, it relays a message from the officer saying that he does not believe that you will leave Canada once you're granted a visitor visa. And this comes from not showing in the application that you have strong ties to your home country. It doesn't emphasize the purpose. It may not have the proper financial funds to support you while you're in Canada. These are all critical issues, okay, that we come across, Nabil and I come across very often, and sometimes we often come across 5-year bans because they were misrepresented, and we have to go back to the officer to explain why the misrepresentation, there was a neglect, maybe an oversight to avoid getting a 5-year ban. So it's very critical. We encourage all our viewers to use regulated and licensed immigration consultants of Canada. They are usually the experts who know how the officers usually deal with these cases.
And I have personally experienced with you, like we spend 1 or 2 days to find just a purpose of visit of a person, you know, like for a client.
Yes.
It's like extremely important. Some people just make like, irrelevant purpose of visit. And
It's very transparent to an officer
Mhm.
because we put ourselves in the shoes of the officer and we look at the application in terms of its credibility
Mhm.
and the fact that is this person coming to Canada for other motives other than a visitor? Business visitors are always welcomed in Canada, but there has to be a proper justification for these business visitors.
Exactly. So, Mr. Alex, so can you tell us about PNP programs, like how this new immigration plan can affect the PNP programs?
Surprisingly, the provincial nomination programs that were assigned to between 2022 and 2024 have increased dramatically.
Oh, okay.
What the government is doing, the government wants to share its responsibility with the different provinces, whether it be Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia, British Columbia, basically all the provinces and the territories of Canada. It is basically pushing that responsibility to the provinces because the provinces know best what labor shortages they're facing, what occupations they're facing. So we do have quite a bit of experience in doing assessments for clients. And this is an advantage to most viewers who come to us because we can place them and increase their probability of being selected in one of these programs. Of course, a PNP program does add additional costs to the process, but anyone serious about coming to Canada, it's an investment in their future.
And in terms of express entry, like, PNP are a little bit easier with requirements. Some provinces.
Yes, exactly. So some individuals will never make a score that is the comprehensive ranking score that can be selected through the federal program.
Yeah.
But they do have a score that's interesting and a background that's interesting for some of the provinces. And a lot of them who don't make that cut on the comprehensive ranking score will obviously be selected by the provinces. Ontario is known to send out invitations to people who have at least a score of 400 in their comprehensive ranking score, who have a good education, who have good English skills, English credentials. They do share the portal with the express entry profile that the federal government allows you to enter. So anyone interested in these kinds of programs, we can do assessments and provide you with some options in submitting your application through one of these expression of interest provincial nomination programs.
Okay, so Mr. Alex, how we can help our clients for the business stream of PNPs or entrepreneur stream?
This is always the business entrepreneur has always been a very touchy subject. Provinces such as Ontario in the past have really focused their attention on programs or businesses that touch on technology, that touched on advanced manufacturing, that touch on more cutting edge businesses. They don't particularly favor the mom and pop type of, and excuse my expression, the small business type. This was many years ago when you could have opened up a franchise and you could have gotten a nomination. Today, the government has selected fewer candidates, but bigger business ideas. So even though the investment requirements are marked at, say, $500,000 you don't score the points necessary to get an invitation if you don't have a proper expression of interest with a proper business plan or a proper business idea that will add significant economic benefits to the province. So this has always been a challenge. We get a lot of inquiries about people wanting to start a business. They have possibly several $100,000 to invest. But obviously for Ontario, I mean, for us, this is a significant amount, but for Ontario, it's not looked at very favorably. And not to criticize the province, but they are looking for very specific cutting edge companies that will grow and create larger employment opportunity. An example would be corporations that have new ideas and for instance, I want to go back to say a company that is similar to Google. Okay.
Yeah.
If they could present an idea that would employ hundreds of people located, of course, the government will pay close attention to this business idea.
So like basically they are not looking for the amount, they are looking for how many jobs the business can create for Canadian citizens or PRs.
Exactly. Yes.
And how this business benefits Canadian community.
Exactly. And obviously the economic benefits to the province in terms of taxes, in terms of linkages with other businesses, basically creating an expansion of the economy through that pathway.
Okay, that's good. So now my question is to Mr. Nabil Khan that the persons who wants to come under a student visa, how we can help them, and in this immigration plan, they will become like a PR in future.
For study permits, remember, Suleiman, I always tell everybody that please, again, like I emphasized a short while ago, for visitor visa, study permits have to be very well thought out, very well planned. They need to be planned out. They need to be strategically taken care of, that what your previous study has been, what your future goal has been. They should be in line. What your English level is, what your high school score was, grade 12 score was, what your bachelor degree score was. Because the thing is, you studied management and now you want to study engineering. You studied commerce, now you want to study IT. The officers often don't like these kind of riffraff. They have to be very well planned out. And then one shout out to all those people who are not continuous students. Please understand that that if you are not a continuous student and you are in the Middle East or even subcontinent India, Pakistan, and you directly apply for study permits, there's a very less chance of you getting a study permit. In the recent past, you also and we have also seen that people aged 35, 40, 45, they are directly applying study permits from Middle East, from subcontinent, from Asia, and even from South America. They are all facing refusals because they have not been continuous students. So please don't take such drastic steps where you apply for study permits and are refused, and then you get you create a history for yourself, and then we are unable to do something else for you. So this is very important that any step that you want to take, please do discuss with a professional and help and go forward so that we know what we are doing, what we can do the best for you. At least because of our experience, because of our visibility, because of our foreseeability, that we are able to see what the officer wants and what the officer is looking at. We try to guide you to the best of our ability. So I know, Sulman, you and I have seen so many cases. 35 years old from Middle East applied, wife applied for study permit, refused. 40-year-old, 38-year-old wife applied for study permit, refused. And then even continuous students, students also, they studied commerce, now want to study IT, refused.
Exactly.
So there could be so many reasons. So don't take study permits easily for Canada. Canada is a top destination for students because of its ability to provide you postgraduate work permits. So if you successfully complete your course, and the deal is so sweet, I mean, it's unbelievable that if you complete a 2-year course in 16 months. So normally 2-year course people think will be completed in 24 months. No,
Yeah,
in
right.
Canada, if you are continuously studying, the 2-year course can be completed in 16 months. And based on those 16 months, you get a 36-month work permit. So this
That's
deal
really
is
great.
an amazing deal.
Amazing deal, yeah.
Yes, yes, and then this gives you almost 4 to 5 years of legal stay in Canada. So this has to be planned out very well. I mean, during those 4 to 5 years, most of the talented and skilled clients that we have, or 99% of the clients, those who come here through the study permit route, even if they're married, they are old, they have experience, they find their pathway through the Provincial Nominee programs or the PRLMIA or a lot of other streams, you know, or through the direct Canadian experience class or federal skill trade. So there are a lot of options there but so this is the first step is very important. It has to be taken care of very carefully, strategically planned. Don't rush your application. Don't do it without consultation. You see,
Exactly.
a small consultation, clearly, you see, we give so many consultations. Then during the consultations, we clearly tell you that this is the way forward. You want to follow it, you don't follow it, choice is yours. But we tell you honestly, transparently, this is the way forward. Right?
Exactly.
So study permits are, remember, a gate for you to enter Canada. And it's a very big gate, but has to be very well planned out. Your direction should be very strong. And you know, people tell me, "Oh, I want to come to Toronto only. I don't want to study anywhere outside Toronto."
Yeah.
You don't qualify for Toronto.
Exactly.
Or the colleges here are. I would recommend you coming to Toronto. You can go to Alberta. You can go to Saskatchewan. You can go to Nova Scotia. You can go to so many other places. But why do you want to come? No, I have cousins over here. I have relatives over here. You're not coming for your relatives. You're not coming for your cousins. You're not coming up for your friends. You're coming for your own future. So let the professional take their decision, whatever it is. People get upset with me that oh, my friend is in Toronto. I want to stay in Brampton. I want to stay in Mississauga. I want to stay in Milton. I said your chances of getting a study permit are very less then. So don't blame me. I mean, if you want to go there, I'll put you there. But the thing is, then that's not my pathway. That's not my idea of you getting a study permit. Yes, one more thing I will tell you. Once you get a study permit, let's say we put you in a college in Alberta, you got a study permit, then we can change your DLI. We can change your college. That is also a possibility. So study permits are the first step forward to Canada, and it has to be well taken.
Just to add
to well planned out.
Just to add to Nabil's comments.
Yes, please.
Immigration Canada looks at favorably to individuals who have continued their studies in the recent year. In other words, recent graduates from a foreign country, a young individual has a better opportunity of landing a study permit because there's very little gap between his previous education and his desire to study in Canada. Now, why would somebody want to study in Canada, in Australia, in the UK, and any other country that has English-speaking capabilities? Because they will pick up on the culture, they will pick up on the improvement of English language requirements. This is all beneficial to the career of an individual and the learning capabilities. They will learn about different teaching methodologies that are used in Canada as opposed to their own country. So if there's a very little gap, okay, the probability of success is much higher. As Nabil said, it's not that we can't get study permits for people who are much older, who have worked in their career and now want to maybe re-engineer their skills in a program that will complement their future career advancements. One of the key in trying to get a study permit with an older individual, say he's in his 38, 39, 40 years of age, has plateaued in his career and now has been recommended by his employer to get further education in order to be able to be promoted into higher management positions.
Mm.
This is a way forward, and it is easily explained in a study plan for the application.
Okay, so as we are winding down our today's live webinar, so Mr. Alex, my last question is that what are your final thoughts about the persons who wants to come to Canada as an immigrant? So what are your final thoughts about that?
Well, you know, the immigration of Canada has made it very clear they're looking for skilled individuals. Now, we define skills as previous study programs, skills that are transferable in the Canadian economy, the expertise in English language and communication, either be English or French. Okay, the good thing about Canada is that we are fully bilingual. Some provinces are more bilingual. Some provinces aspire to have more bilingualism, like Ontario. So these are the criteria that people have to meet. Of course, there are other criteria like being in good health, not having, having a clearance, a police clearance certificate, of not having to do any wrongdoings in their home country. These are other factors that are looked at. So there are programs for individuals who are never or have maybe come to Canada as visitors and would like to come back to potentially apply for other programs. There are a numerous amount of programs. And we were going to go through more programs, which the government is introducing for the first time this year, what's known as a municipal immigration pathway. So there are, it's basically giving the municipalities, for instance, in Ontario, there's the Peel region, there's Mississauga, Brampton, there would be in the Halton region, there's Burlington, there's Oakville, Ontario. The mayors of these municipalities will now have the authority to sponsor individuals who will want to come and live in their municipalities and be an economic contributor. Whether it be a business person, whether it be a student, a family. So these are new programs that are opening up to the greater population. There are some additional, I believe that reading the supplementary information that's been provided to us from the February 14th publication from Ottawa, there are going to be some continuation of public policy where we've seen last year from a temporary visa to PR. Now, we would have to observe, we've observed this year, many people have taken advantage of that. And many people, unfortunately, have been rejected. The rejection was because of the inexperience. People don't seem to take this step very seriously. And even though they try their best, there's always something missing. There's a document missing, police clearance that's missing. There's, whatever documents that are required, they may be overlooked. And the officers have, this year, they had over 40,000 applicants. Do you think they really take compassion in giving you a second chance or a third chance to submit your documents? They have another 40,000 to go through. So if unfortunately, as the expression, Canadian expression, if you don't cut the mustard, okay, you're simply put aside and might have to reapply again. So my advice to most of the viewers who are contemplating transferring their PR, their temporary visa to a PR application is seek professional consultation. It will benefit you enormously.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Alex. So any final words for today, Mr. Nabil Khan?
Yes, I mean, again, as we always say, the reason of these webinars is to guide our viewers on the continuous developments that are taking place under the immigration stream in Canada, and this will continue to do so in the future. I mean, the immigration stream development. So there are new streams are coming up. There are new programs coming up. There are, just like Alex said, municipal programs are coming up. And I would like to remind people that please connect with us for those people who are in the healthcare industry, those who are emergency technicians, those who are lab assistants, those who are registered nurses, registered practical nurses, I mean, those who are in the patient care. So please connect with us. There's a stream that is open where we can put you, and we are very hopeful that you will get through the stream very successfully. We will guide you through the process. So this is where it is very important that please connect with us, the healthcare people who are listening, or those who are listening. If you have friends in the healthcare circle who are working, please do that. And then we also have programs coming up for home support workers, we have programs coming up for home support workers, for live-in caregivers, for nannies. So please connect with us. And then there is some other programs for IT field. So I mean, please start connecting with us. We'll keep you in our database, and even if we are not able to do something for you immediately, we'll do something for you in the near future. This is our goal is. So please, especially a shout out to those who are in the healthcare industry, please do connect with us, and we'll help you go through this immense program quickly.
Just a final comment, if I may.
Yes.
There, in terms of some of the upcoming benefits of using North Vista as your advisor, your immigration services, we do, in terms of the provincial nomination programs, where sometimes you get a score that is above the minimum requirements, and you need to have additional points through possibly a job offer.
Yeah.
We have created a new subdivision of North Vista, which is called Employer Connections.
Okay.
Anybody interested could go to our website. It's www.employerconnections.ca. What we do with that, we are connecting with employers in different provinces. We also promote very skilled individuals with very good resumes, good work experience. We use that platform to promote you to the local employers who are searching for your talent. Should you get an interview which leads to a job offer, that automatically sets a different pathway because you gain the additional points that would normally be required. So as a company, we have extended our services to try to get very skilled individuals in front of employers to have them granted a job offer, which is something new for our company. And we see a lot of benefits with individuals who at least have the skills that we can promote.
Okay, that's great. So Mr. Alex and Mr. Nabil, in my yesterday video, I mentioned that we will take like some question answer section. So I have few questions and I want to share with you guys. Like, so Mr. Muhammad Imran Khan writes, "Sir, I want to apply for AIPP program through your good office. Please advise procedure."
Nabil, do you want to take that or?
AIPP program, again, as informed earlier, everybody, that what happens is that AIPP means that you need to have an employer from there. So this
Exactly.
is exactly what Mr. Alex has just said, that we have set up our company known as employerconnections.ca. This is where, if you are talented, if you have the skills, if you have the experience and the language ability, we will promote you towards to employers in Canada. It could be AIPP, it could be any other province. It is not necessary. If you have the skills, if you have the talent, you have the experience and the language, we will share your resume with different employers in Canada and help you go through the job offer, and which will support you for the PR eventually.
Okay. So, sir, there is another guy, Lasana Design writes, "Hi, I am 38 years old, single person from Sri Lanka. I am graduate quantity surveyor, and I have been working in the construction industry as a quantity surveyor. Hence, what are the options you have?"
I want to maybe address that. It depends on what kind of construction this individual is doing. Is he in house building? Is he in contract, like concrete finishing? There are, I mean, the construction field is very wide. You know, does he do framing? Does he do?
No, Alex, I think he's a quantity surveyor. He says he's a quantity surveyor in the
Okay.
yes.
So as a surveyor, again, you know, there are sometimes listed occupations that are a priority, and there can easily be invited to some of the provincial nomination programs. The question becomes, you know, the best way is to contact us. Let us get more details of your profile.
Yeah.
Let us do some research. One thing is for sure, we will not usually accept the case if we feel that you don't have strong potential. Okay? If we have to provide with at least some assurances that you have a better probability of being selected.
So, Mr. Lasana Design, I will suggest you to send us, please, your updated CV or resume with experience letter, so we will get more idea about your profile and we will guide you. So, Mr. Harsh 1985 writes, "I am HR professional having 10 plus years of experience in HR with master's equivalency degree. So please advise me which provincial nomination is good, as well as IELTS requirement for immigration points."
You see, if you are, what is his age?
No, he didn't mention his
I
age. He
think
said he has 10 years of HR
Yeah, so
experience.
let's say he has written 1985 means if your age is, you were born in the year of 1985, so you are
Yeah.
about 37, 38. Okay,
Yeah.
and you have more than 10 years experience. So you see, for always the language rule is the higher the better. Always. I mean, we would never say that take the minimum and you will qualify. No. The higher the better. So if you have 8 in this thing and the rest is 7.5 and 7, obviously that will help you score more. And one more thing I would like to shout out to give a shout out to our viewers is that if you are in the Middle East, I know in Dubai there is use CELPIP, the Canadian language exam known as CELPIP. Dubai has it, and it is always, there's continuous test dates available. CELPIP is slightly lenient than IELTS. It is a Canadian test. The Canadian government likes it. So, I mean, they will soon be available in Saudi and other countries. But if you go to celpip.ca, CELPIP.ca, you will find, and you have to take the CELPIP General. CELPIP General is the exam that you have to take. That will really help you, in my personal experience, than IELTS or IELTS. So again, coming back to his question, please connect with us. And if you have master's equivalency, very good. I mean, I can already see a pathway. If you make a good score in IELTS, I can already see a pathway for you going forward.
Okay, so Mr. Salman Sheikh writes, "Hi, I am 37 years old with family, wife, and 3 kids. I am a graduate. I have 5-year construction business experience. Want to apply for PNP PR visa."
Well, we are currently recruiting individuals for the construction industry.
Mhm.
but these are not high profile jobs. Okay, they are more lower level skills. And I would say that to this individual who runs a construction firm,
Mhm.
that he should submit his resume so that we can further understand the level of skills. There are always a requirement for highly skilled construction or project managers in construction. Obviously, coming to Canada would mean we would have to promote you with our employers, but we do have a mandate today from some of our employers to seek out individuals with construction experience in the concrete, landscaping, as well as general construction overall. So I would recommend that this individual contact us so that we can further assist him after we learn more about his profile.
Okay, so Mr. Nabil, question is related to your license. Like Wakar Khan writes, Saskatchewan draws are not coming regularly. So
No, that is not the case. Saskatchewan draws are coming regularly. Again, you see, please understand that each province has a quota from the government of Canada. From the this is what Alex just said at the start of the seminar, that the provinces, the government is relying more and more on the provincial quotas and the provinces to make their own decisions.
okay.
So there will be draws. I know there are draws. They have done draws every month. So there will be draws coming. Ontario is doing draws every month. BC is doing draws every month. Saskatchewan is also doing draws every month. So whether you get an invite or not, that is secondary. But the thing is, the draws are there and they are taking place, and they will continue to do so because each province has a quota to meet for each year. Then this is how they want to proceed on, go forward then.
So, Mr. Alex, Amit Kumar writes, tell me more information about startup visa.
Yes, the startup visa is usually ran through an incubator organization. So what we do is we take your data, take your ideas, we interview you for your ideas, we transfer your ideas and your resume to our partner incubator. They do an assessment of your business proposal. They will come back to us. Sometimes they offer something that is closely aligned to your background. So you don't feel that you're doing something that's out of your range or out of your expertise.
Okay.
The cost of some of these programs can be less than a provincial nomination, say business in a province. A startup visa is directed through the federal program. So therefore, usually the company that will take on your case will manage your overall business proposal, your startup of an organization, the assignment of shareholders. They will do many of the legal proceedings to position you, and then transmit. What they do is once you have completed this, they will issue you a support letter that you can apply to, that we ourselves will apply to the federal government as a startup visa program, with all of the documents that have been assembled by the incubator and us. Now, of course, the investment in this can range between 100 to 200,000, of course. So this is something that, to get into more detail, the first step is to tell us about your business proposal. What exactly can you introduce to Canada that would be a game changer for the economy? or that
And
was,
you sorry to add, and you have relevant experience also.
yes, well, the fact that I come, you know, as a licensed immigration consultant, I've done over 30 years as a certified or chartered professional accountant in Ontario and in Quebec. I have an advanced degree in business. So I've seen pretty much almost everything that a business person can see. I'm very, of course, I can develop marketing plans and I can develop the ideas of a business plan, but my expertise now today is channeling your ideas to the startup visa so that we can find you the appropriate partner in order to get your ideas developed.
Okay, so Mr. Nabil, Danny Cool writes, his CLB is 7, BS Software Engineering 4 years, 5 years of experience, 28 years old in Pakistan, and like he's asking any chance for a PNP program?
Yes, possible. But again, I still have more questions that what kind of software program, other stuff. So let us connect. Let him connect with us, because
So
again,
Danny Cool, send us his updated CV or resume so we'll get idea.
yes, you connect with us, and then, because the thing is, I still have a couple of more questions from you. So if you can, I mean, I'll need to connect with you, and then we go from there onwards.
Okay, that's it. So this is basically a specific profile question. So we will suggest to contact us. Yeah.
The primary conditions to most of these applicants is they have what it takes to get out of the gate. They have an advanced degree. They have good work experience. Their age is under 30. So and their English scores have to be relatively high. These are the ingredients to get started on a good pathway. Without these, it's very difficult to help transition this individual into Canada. So we do encourage our viewers to contact either Nabil or myself, and we can help further your understanding of where you might fit in the immigration pathway.
Got it. So, sir, my last question is, Mr. Ankit Patel writes, I am a postgraduate from engineering background and have 7+ years work experience as a mechanical engineer. Want to migrate Canada. Age is 32 years. So please guide me.
There have been many mechanical engineers who have made it to Canada in their trade.
Okay.
So it's very encouraging. We always need these kind of skill sets. The question becomes, how good do you communicate in the English language?
Okay.
You know, do you have assessments of your education? Does your work experience provide a transferability of skills to Canada? These are all questions that can only be answered if the individual contacts us.
Okay, so let's sum up our live webinar. Thank you so much, Mr. Alex Romano and Mr. Nabil Khan, for joining us today. And you guys I know you have very, very busy schedule, but still you give time on weekends, and I really appreciate that. So I hope this today live webinar is beneficial for all those subscribers who are watching us from all over the world. So thank you so much for guys joining us. And if you have any questions, you can comment us or you can contact us with your updated profiles, and we will discuss specific case to case. Thank you so much.
We welcome you, and please visit our website. We have great reviews. We are extremely ethical and transparent corporation. We've built our name of North Vista based on those skills, and we look forward to your inquiries. Thank you to all our viewers. Thank you to my partner, Nabil, and yourself, Mr. Solomon.
Thank you so much.
Look
Yes,
forward
and-
to more webinars like this.
Yes, so I think, Sulaiman, as per our last discussion, we'll be holding the next webinar, I think after mid-March. Is that correct, Sulaiman?
Yes, right.
Yes, so due to some commitments with Mr. Sulaiman, we'll be holding our next webinar after mid-March. So in the meanwhile, please feel free to connect with us, and you're always welcome. You know our website, and as Mr. Alex said, I would just remind everybody that please also visit those who are looking for jobs, just like mechanical engineers and software engineers, and those in the construction industry. Please visit www.employerconnections.ca. The website is employerconnections.ca. For applying for, send us your resumes through there, your skill set, and we'll help you find jobs from there. And on the other hand, for those who are looking for visitor visas, this is the ideal time to apply for visitor visas to Canada. 28th February, Canada is opening their borders for fully vaccinated people. So no more PCR tests required. And then those students who wish to study in Canada, this is the ideal time for September intake and January 2023 intake. So please go ahead, connect with us. Again, it is all about planning. Please, there's no magical wand that can help you come to Canada or to any other country without planning. Everything has to be planning. Everything has to be planned. So please connect with us. Give yourself some time, because some people connect with us. Oh, I want to come tomorrow. It is not right. We cannot bring you tomorrow. That's the reality of life now. But again, for visitor visa, sorry. Please go ahead, Alex.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, finish up.
Yeah, so I mean, for visitor visa applications, I just want to remind people, because so people who want to plan for summer, the visitor visa application, obviously we need some time to prepare your application. You need some time to prepare some documents. So already we are in almost March. February end is, and we are March there. So if you want to visit the Canada Independence Day is on the 1st of July. If you want to spend the 1st of July in Canada, you should plan now. We should apply for you, because it may take 45 or 90 days for your visit visa to be approved. And then, so this is where the reason why I'm emphasizing is because I know in May we will get a lot of inquiries. So for visit visa, and then it may be too late for the summers to apply for in the month of May. So let's plan ahead. Planning is the key to the whole process.
Exactly.
Now, just to add to the future webinars that we look forward to, we will be hosting a webinar for spousal sponsorships and family sponsorships. We do encourage our viewers. There are a lot of individuals, clients of ours, who have become permanent residents in the last few years, who are single, unmarried, and customarily what they do is they are usually go back to their country and have arranged marriages. We definitely can help. So join us in the next webinar, where we will be talking about spousal sponsorships.
Okay, and my last request to Mr. Alex and Mr. Nabil is that if somebody is coming from YouTube channel cadvisa reference, please give him some discount.
Yeah,
We definitely will. We will consider them as long as they mention your webinar.
Just add promo code cadvisa.
Yes, and
We'll do that.
they will definitely be subject to a good discount.
Exactly. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Alex and
Okay.
Mr. Nabil, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.